All right, folks, welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Returners Hideout number 318, Trouble in the Timeline. We are back with another tournament, with some more rounds of Final Fantasy action. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Sorry for the extra delay to jump back into the game here, folks, because I've been, of course, as usual, putting the finishing touches on a little plate of food. Alright, let's go ahead and open up the old octagon. Step into the octagon ourselves and see what's cooking. Ready to learn this game again, Mr. Emo Tempest, brother. Welcome to stream. Hanging out with us on the YouTube side of things. Every day, I'm more and more happy that we've started doing the YouTube thing. Alright. Let's get over here. So many games. Where do we want to go for the first round here? We've got, oh boy, Connor versus Eureka at table 1 is pretty good. Logan versus Tyler, right? Last week's champion. Tyler was pitching some spicy ideas my way. I told him I could not be responsible for whatever nonsense he was getting up to this week. So maybe we just go see what's going on 9 minutes into whatever Tyler's doing at table 2. Then we also got JR, Brendan, Brian, Tabitha, Greg, and June. Tabitha joining us this week for the first time. Love to see that. Always love inviting new players in. And let's see what's going on. Let's go watch Tyler's game. Had fun playing Tyler's Golbez list at locals this week. No elegant turn 1 Golbez, but we still got there. Love that. Love that. Did you get the you get the locals W? All right, here we go. Dude, that Golbez list was kind of sick. I was talking to my roommate about that after I got off stream. I was like, you should have seen this friggin' Golbez list, man. I mean, it's the same as it ever was, right? Golbez pops off on turn 1, blows somebody up in 3 turns, and they spend the rest of the game telling you all the ways they could have stopped it. You know, but it's already over. The game is over. I mean, sometimes they just find that line. I mean, he even was against Muhammad in the tiebreaker. Muhammad, an excellent player, playing mono water that has Kukulanes in it. And, you know, it's as simple as, like, hey, he goes pitch, Golbez, pitch, Lunafreya, target summon, target Golbez, and Muhammad just goes, like, pitch 1 card, Kukulane, and the game's over, right? But he didn't have it. And then we go, dude. We just play for fun, but I won 4 to 5 games. Oh, nice, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love that. Just play for fun, dude. You guys, or do you guys not get the promos? Or do you give them out a different way? Or do you get so many promos everybody gets the shiny ones, dude? Because that's crazy. I wish I lived that life. We're not that lucky. Alright, I'll be right back 1 second because I think my soup is ready. Alright, folks, I'm back. Imagine that. Oh, swimming in the promos, dude. I know. Cecil's just barely hitting the stores back in Miami. Yo, you guys have Cecil? You guys have Cecil? Look, here's the thing. I hope up at the Winter Cup they got some promos for me. I'll tell you what. We have promos where we do like a prize wall and point system. That's interesting. Does winning more games not get you more points? All right. What do we got going on over here? Oh my goodness, this is a big dumb dudes deck with Kepkas in it. We're plowing, that's what we're doing over here. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is a Rampair deck. Huh. Of course he is. Of course he's playing friggin' Feral Chaos. It is. It totally is a Rampair deck. Look at that. My king. Yeah. Well, he's very dead, but I guess you can still, your allegiance can still be to his bloodline. And he's got Lightbringer there. Look at him, dude. What a badass. That sword will fuck up the whole world. Very powerful. It's so powerful that King Rampair hides himself. He has a huge elaborate tomb created for his burial, but that's not actually where he's buried. And then he has a dragon guard it, so everybody thinks it's his burial place. I haven't ever sleeved it a single time. Wasn't alive when he had his time in the sun, dude. Yeah, I mean, first of all, like, here's the thing about this guy. I think that, like, there's some juice here, man. I just don't know. You know, there's so much else to do these days. But, like, man, are there some pretty fucking nuts Category 11 forwards to play from your hand on the field these days. We used to just play a thing that broke a character that cost 3 or less and be like, oh my god, insane, that value I got off Rampair. You can play Corella or Volker off of that thing. Like, a Volker off of a Rampair is pretty gross. What is Rampair's secret sauce? Like the deck? I mean, what it does is he just plays big Final Fantasy XI bombs like Theodore here for free, basically, when he dies. And Kuja's gonna do it here, folks. That's the thing about the limit break these days, man. Especially when they only have one blocker, like, and you have ice to access in the deck. I mean, there's 10 different ways we could have dealt with this card. You know, there's an awful lot of, but you've got Sergei's for sure. You've got Kuja. In 8 other ways. Crow. I mean, he is hitting these EXs, brother. I'll tell you what. We got Leviathan, Kusith, and Crow. And we didn't even really talk about what's going on over here. It looks like, of course, Logan is playing a pretty straight up the middle Summoner Twins deck here. We've got Porum, Rydia, and Pound, but we're doing some of the new stuff like Cecil, some new summons to use with them. But it is pretty standard like Twins fare with just a couple updates. Oh, we actually were able to survive this and Shantoto the board, brother. We're moving into phase 3. Now, the sun's getting real low. We do have 6 damage on us, but Tyler's deck is, I mean, he's about to probably just prove me wrong, but I was going to say it's a little slow, but I see a Susano in his fucking damage zone, so who knows? Like, what? This guy's not Final Fantasy 11. Like, what's he? What is the synergy here? Is it just because you can play it for free off Star Sybil? I mean, that's true. I mean, I guess. And then he breaks the Rampere? I mean, I get that he breaks Rampere. It's just like... I mean, I guess we're ready now. I mean, yeah, I guess you'd be crazy to have in our hand now. We Star Sybil the Rampere, we played Rampere, now we can crack Star Sybil to play Susano, break the Rampere, and then play a 9 character? Blow up 2 backups? I mean, it doesn't matter how many backups you blow up if you win the game, right? Very interesting. I mean, Star Sybil, let me tell you guys. Oh, man. Oh, man, this card was so good for so long. What a silly card, dude. Sure, we played things like Tiro, right? And I get that Tiro is like Rainbow once he's down. But, dude, this card, you could make this cost 3. So that's the very first thing is that you always played this with Semilafina. So you'd play this 2-drop backup. And then the next turn, you'd play a 3-drop card that'd search your deck for other backups, because there's 11 characters. This can get so many relevant backups and characters and forwards. And then you can snap this thing off to play a character of 6 or less, so something that costs more than you even paid to play this, and this already searched the thing and added it to your hand. It's crazy. It's not color restricted, it's not category restricted. And you could reduce the cost of this card. And it has an EX in the corner. And it searches Shantoto. It's just a crazy card. How was my week? I'll tell you what. It was a good week. It's been a good week so far. Last week was a pretty shitty week. A bunch of things going on last week. I was like sick. I had other crap going on. And this week it's much better. So that's always good. Still some crap going on. You know, life is life, man. And getting old sucks. But all in all, man, it was a good week. How about you, sir? Hopefully everything is going well for you. You know I play too much Final Fantasy 11 when you ask me how my week was, and I kind of want to tell you like the things I've gotten done in Final Fantasy 11 this week. I'm like, oh, it was great. I finished this quest. I got my artifact armor for this. Alright, so, well, we refilled the whole board, but, oh, baby, here's another cool new card. So we're playing, fucking Zeromus here. So, Zeromus in his, like, final boss Lunarian form here. Zeromus is also a card named Zemus in all situations. When one or more characters you control are chosen by your opponent's summon or ability, if your opponent does not pay 4 or a crystal, you cancel its effects. Now, unfortunately, we're going to just kill this thing without choosing it, and also it's not going to do much to stem the tide here. The discard from Theodore being very powerful. I mean, so yeah, we cracked Star Sybil to play Cloud of Darkness, to break the Rampere, to freeze a bunch of their shit. They got rid of 2 active characters still frozen. Then we bring in Theodore, who pitches 2 cards from their hand. Just very, very, very oppressive kind of turn to deal with. And we had already played the Shantoto board wipe. Not a whole lot of outs there besides another reset. And unfortunately, already a bit behind. And the cards from hand doesn't help. So a cool Rampair deck here from Tyler. Then we are moving on to another table. Can't complain going to Disney World in a week and a half? Oh my goodness, dude. That sounds great. That sounds incredible. I'm going to Pittsburgh in a week and a half. Or wait, is that 2 weeks and a half? Wait, why is that the old thing? Ah, because it's YouTube. Okay, I have to fix that. Well, Excelix, I'm sorry that you didn't get the Final Fantasy fanfare that you're supposed to get. You got the default goblin guy, zombie. I don't know why I just called him a goblin. Your default zombie guy running across the stream. So, I will of course give you the all. Welcome to stream. Thank you so much for the sub, and welcome to the tournament. You didn't get to do Feral Chaos stuff, but I'll tell you what, we got to see Feral Chaos in the discard pile, and that sure is enough credit. You got the credit. Maybe you get to do Feral Chaos stuff later, dude. You got plenty of hockey left, brother. All right. I'll take it, that's right. Hey, you know what? In some ways, it's even more special. We're pretty new to double posting this stuff to YouTube, so apologies if all the bells and whistles aren't in order, but you're always appreciated and welcome. Thank you. Alright, where are we gonna look? Every other table is still cooking. Let's just start poking around here. Table 3. Oh, wait, you know what I don't want to do is I don't want to put the brand new person on blast yet, but I think they are at table 4. So let's see what's going on at table 3 here. We gotta zoom in. Oh, we've got a little bit of Sky Pirate, Final Fantasy 12 versus the new Final Fantasy 8 deck. Let me tell you, I've been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 8, and I've been having a lot of fun. I mean, you really have to, it has to line up to be good, and when it doesn't line up, it feels very mid. Very mid. But it's a lot of fun when it does go off, man. I enjoy playing it. Sad that Disney trips the same time as the Winter Cup. I know, man. You know what? That's the one thing that sucks about them only doing one, man. One official one. I mean, there's some other events that look like they're going to be popping up in the area, but I get it. They're not the same. It's not worth it for people to travel to all those. Like, it's hard. It's a hard ask for something that's not official with that kind of official support and backing. Eden is sweet when it costs 2, dude. Eden is wild when it costs even when that thing costs 4, dude. Hell, for 6, I've been like, holy shit, dude. Eden, I just think I like Eden. I think I love that card, that's all. I think I just like it in general. I've been really liking FF8 as my main deck right now. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh, we do have, okay, so now Penelo on the field here, she's going to gum things up a little bit. Because she does have that powerful ability to cancel autos. So we'll see how this goes for the Final Fantasy 8 deck. It does look like the Final Fantasy 12 deck sure has a lot of shit established already here. Tyler Ray, thank you so much, brother, with the Prime. 54 months, we're so old. Tyler, we're so old. Tyler, we've been through it together, haven't we, man? It's been a long time. Are you going to be at the Winter Cup, King? Oh, what is TTV? So we got Hideout coming down here, dude, and this card is so good. Hideout's coming down. She's going to search for a category 8 forward. We're probably going to go looking for a Cypher or maybe free Renoa at this point because she can add the Cypher back to hand. Free Renoa is pretty good here. She only gets a category 8 forward because it'd be pretty hilarious to go be able to search out those Edens too. But oh, we're actually getting the selfie. So we're going for a little bit of a we're going to attack through. I think we're going to try to attack through the Sky Pirates because it's so easy for them to cancel the autos that we don't want to go all in on an auto like the Cypher removal. That makes sense to me. So Hideout also has the ability to remove 2 cards from the top of the deck and choose one of these forwards, and it'll lose either 4 or 8,000 power depending on the number of cards in the break zone. But we see there's already 10 cards in the break zone. I mean, you guys can't see that, but I see that. Let me scooch this up a little bit too. But yeah, there's 10 cards in the break here for the Hideout player, so she's going to be able to just point at something in -8. But Balthier, of course, you know, the thing about the Sky Pirates is they just have so many abilities that they can use. So Balthier's second ability here, let's not forget, Dull 2 active Sky Pirates to pump any Sky Pirate by 2,000 power. And so since Fran is sitting at 9 right now, Vaughn is sitting at 9 as well. Both of them are pretty much already out of the reach of this Hideout, but then they've got a little extra insurance on the Balthier here because you can tap both of them to pump him. So the Pinello is really the only one at risk. But she's absolutely worth killing. Although when she dies, you also get to draw a card, right? Oh no, you get to, sorry, Dull 3 to draw a card, not when she dies draw a card, but yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to want to take her out here. Couldn't find a team and the flights were too expensive. Wow, really, dude? Because for us, the round trip flights to Pittsburgh were like part of the whole reason I was even able to convince people to go. Because they're not too hyped about location or traveling to PA, but I'm like, look, dude, it's $100. Like, it's $100 round trip. Let's go. Here's a $400 the cheapest. That sucks, dude. That's horrible. Yeah, no good. Well, the thing that's the problem is it's a small airport, right? Like, it's a smaller city. So there's some people are gonna have it good and some people are gonna have it really bad. I mean, Pittsburgh's still a city, don't get me wrong. It's just in a weird spot, right? In between, like, airport-wise. It's not really doing a whole lot that other people aren't doing. So I imagine there's not as many direct flights from different airports. That is crazy, dude. $400. No way. Not worth it. Not worth it. Right in the middle, really? Yeah, dude, it was straight up like $98 round trip for us. Oh no, you waited really long time? $120. Like, I think Alex just got his. It was like $120. Like, he just, like, this week. So, pretty affordable event. And I've been wanting to see this location for a while. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, almost 5 years, you say? Dude, Tyler, I'll tell you what, that's just you being around, right? Like, we've been doing this thing longer than that, because we've been doing the stream since before COVID. So 2019 we started this shit. How wild is that? It's been so long. How is time real? Anyway, Selfie's on the field, and she's doing the thing. She searches for Final Fantasy VIII forward. We're going to search for Zell. I really like this Zell. So when I read this Zell and I first saw this Zell, I wasn't so high on it. I was like, oh, whatever. And then I played this deck, and I kind of really like this card. And also, this card is insane. I love Moomba. The Convoke is so cool, because we don't really have a lot that does that in this game. It's one of the reasons the Sky Pirate deck that he's playing against is so interesting, right? The ability to just dull your forwards to pay a cost effectively makes this thing as free as it can be, besides the card out of your hand, you know? And just killing a dull forward, the fact that that could be, that's a really nice defensive piece on attack after your opponent declares that attack. Alright. 5 years and still no Worlds invite? Dude, not me either, okay? Oh, fuck! Tyler, it's the 2CP Eden! It's the 2CP Eden! Here it is! Oh my god! So we played free Renoa, and now here comes the fucking... Might as well be Frieden, because we played Renoa for 0, added a card back to our hand, and then put that card back in the discard pile and cast Eden for 2. We get to choose 2 forwards and deal 30,000 damage among them. Yeah, thankfully we do not have to wait for a 10-minute animation here in the Final Fantasy trading card game, but unfortunately that will be escorting Balthier and Fran from the premises. So Vaughn is all here by himself. Now Vaughn is just a hot bod after he's entered the field. Now he's still a pretty big bod, but he's the kind of card you don't want to kill because he does all of his action is when he's played. So if you leave him in the field, they can't really do much, and they can't play other card named Vaughn, so it's not so bad. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, that's the card. It's just so good. It costs 1 less for each Final Fantasy VIII character you have in play, and it's an 8 cost summon, but once you start to get these numbers, man, 6 Final Fantasy VIII characters is not that crazy. And you do 30,000 damage for 2 CP. It's absolutely unheard of. It's like 3 times as good as what you're used to doing. Maybe even more. I mean, the argument is that 1 CP Ifrit does 10k, basically, right? So... But I don't know. It's a lot. Of course, it's a light card. Of course, the deck building costs. You have to have all Final Fantasy VIII stuff. But, man, the payoff is finally... The juice is finally worth the squeeze when it comes to Eden, that's for sure. That's a card that has been waiting for this deck to be a thing for a long time. Now, unfortunately, Vieira, this late feels like we're fishing, right? Because we're staring at some crazy threats. And the fact that the Selfie can just haste any forward that we play from our hand, we are in a lot of danger here. It's going to be pretty easy to kill this Vaughn when we go in for the kill. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're even just going to be able to... Like, we've got these Selfies and Zells. If it isn't the Zell from hand that kills the Vaughn and then we haste the Zell, we're also just going to be able to do, like... the Idea plus, you know, something like Zac, and or we can start to cast some summons here. I was gonna say we're gonna be able to easily get through this Vaughn, so we're gonna have to put up a bit more of a defense. The Vieira feels like we're fishing for something to do, and we did find whether we found the Pinello or we found the Alexander, we were able to play a Wind forward and then play this Alexander for free. We might actually be able to do one more thing. What's going on in here? Oh my goodness, Dad! Welcome home! He's back with milk, that's right, dude. Good, just in time for the huge-ass snowstorm we're supposed to have down here in North Carolina this weekend, believe it or not. People are losing their minds, dude. They're using words like blizzard down here for 8 inches of snow, but I'll tell you what, it basically is down here, man. They're gonna... This whole place is gonna be fucked. So we'll see what that's gonna be like this weekend. It's like a once every 20 years amount of snow happening for North Carolina this weekend. apparently. We'll also see what that looks like in like 2 days, right? But I'll tell you, it is getting cold out there. It's getting cold out there. All right. We've got, Alone coming down. She, of course, is pretty much just a Final Fantasy VIII bod right now. She has that cool ability you can use later to just pump somebody, and then they attack, they draw a card, and you can just drop another Alone on the field. Kind of just like a little bit of a tempo gain later for cracking her, but really it's like 2 CP ice card that does not share a name with other things. It helps us get our Final Fantasy VIII count up earlier and faster. Yes, please. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. Dude, so good to see you, Mr. Rice. What brings you by today? You feeling a little Final Fantasy itch, dude? Want to hang with the homies? How was your event this weekend? Kusith EX, nice, dude. What are we gonna get back with that? Pirates definitely needed that. I mean, we're not gonna get killed this turn, which is good news, right? We were a little bit worried about that. So we Kusith back. We probably, do we have a Bosch or do we have a? We don't have Bosch or Ash. Getting those online is important, but also, I mean, I don't know. We're in a little bit of a tough spot. We're gonna get Fran, so that's pretty good. Use it to free play something else. Maybe Fran into Balthier into Pinello, or rather Fran into Pinello's on the field already, but we'll see. Vaughn's already out, so there won't be any of that shenanigans happening. What, like Fran into Balthier into Elza, Kites, who knows? 3 minutes before turns. That's right, folks. 2 minutes now. These guys gotta pick up pace. But you know what? Let's go ahead and we can take a look at the other games and we can punch some results in while we wait. How about that? Keep things nice and efficient and moving. All right, results. We got table 1, Jared 7-1 over Mr. Finnegan. Wonder what Eureka's up to this week. Table 2, Tyler 7-2 over Logan. Table 5, Greg 7-4 over June. All right. So we actually have table 3 and table 4 still going. So I'm gonna pop open table 4 too, so I can let them know. I mean, the SWU GOAT Logan, is that true? Is Logan Palmer insane in Star Wars? Dude, I'll play my set 2 deck against anybody right now, dude. Let's go. Logan Doobie Gaming, dude. I love that. Logan's a hell of a gamer, dude. I'm just trying to turn spaceships sideways, brother. You know what I'm saying? Rice knows. I just want to take a spaceship and go pew, 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 pew. You know, really, like, I want to make spaceship sounds with my mouth while I play my card games. Is that so fucking hard to understand? Come on, can't you give me the Ragnarok? Where's the Ragnarok spaceship card in Final Fantasy? I want to make laser sounds. Pew pew pew. There's not enough lasers. I need Magitech armor cards. I guess we have one that's horrible. Alright, that's turns, folks. Time and round. Oh man, he finished that right before I typed it. Alright, timing round. Turn 0 here on Sunfire's turn there, and then let's pop into the other room and let them know. Vehicles would be cool in this game. Lots of airships. Half of them are named High Window. I don't think that many of them are. Maybe if they kept naming some of the new ones that... I mean, sometimes, but... They do have a lot of varied names, really. The Excalibur 2, Blackjack, Falcon, Prima Vista, the Hildegard, dude. The Hildegard 2. There's a lot of different airship names. What the hell's the name of the Final Fantasy X one? That's a wacky one. It's like at the tip of my tongue. Alright, I told them they're on turns at the other table. We're back over here, seeing what's going on at this table. Straw is in 12. Yeah, it's the one in 12. No, it's goddamn. Now I have to look it up, dude. I have to look it up now. No, the Straw is 12. That's a good pick. Good pick. The Celsius. I was like I was thinking of, you know, what the hell is the guy's name who made the friggin' rings in Lord of the Rings? Celebrimbor. I was like, Celebrim. Like, that's not the name of the ship. The Celsius, the Fahrenheit, and the Celsius is the one in 10-2. The Fahrenheit is in the first game. How clever, dude. Little Fahrenheit Celsius action for you. Alright, so we actually weren't able to put on nearly as much pressure as we needed to here. I mean, Pinello certainly makes things annoying. Fina makes things annoying, right? But the Final Fantasy VIII turn kind of stopped in its tracks. And Sky Pirate's starting to get a wider and wider board. Ace doing a lot here to... I mean, the 7K, right? Now he gets to get us a card every turn. It's a mostly mono win deck. What are we playing? Is this going to be a Big V? Oh, Mott, right? Mott, everybody plus 1K and Brave. Here they come. We do only need to deal 3 points of damage. What turn are we on here, actually? I'm not sure. I'm going to go do one of these. Alright, I type turn 0 here. So turn... Oh, this is actually only turn 1 here. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. I was going between two games, so I was a little lost. I was time traveling. Walking between two worlds. I mean, so we're going to be able to push a lot of damage here with the Mott turn, but it's not going to be a kill. So Mott is going to make everybody brave. We're just going to... Everyone's going to attack, but we have a ton of power. Balthier's gonna come out, play the Pinello back onto the field. And then we can cancel an auto with this. I mean, pretty gross. Pretty gross. I mean, the Pinello is really one of the reasons that Pirates is so back. I mean, we already liked Pirates when we had the Bosch, you know, and Ash is great, but now this Pinello is just like, it's like the thing that we wanted from the deck anyway. That's why we started going into mono in and getting the Fina. Like, we wanted those cancels, and then they were like, well, what if we just gave you a cancel that had synergy with the job and was in color? You're like, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess, you know, twist my arm. I guess we'll play Pinello, sure. We were looking for a better Pinello anyway, honestly. We weren't thrilled with any of the ones we were currently using. Let's be real, right? So now this board is absurdly large. Zell's gonna be able to pick one thing off, like what? We can like Zell, or Zell. We can Cipher by like tap, pitch a card, play the Cipher. Cipher gets somebody back. We can get Renoa back, play Renoa for free, get a card back. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can eat in 2 guys for 30k. Like, it seems like the most we can do, right? And it's still not nearly enough. Because we just don't have enough cards. We don't have enough to do. Oh, Zell can hit 3 guys? Dude, what the... What a card. Any number of forwards. Divide 9,000 damage among them. Okay. So 3... Oh, we're putting... What the heck? Choose any number of forwards. Divide 9,000 damage among them. Are we about to break all damaged forwards, dude? Or are we just doing that for fun? That was just for fun. Okay, I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? But they're just memeing around, dude. Alright, okay. That was, I was like, dog, I was like, ah! I wasn't even looking at the number of cards in their hand. I was just like, thinking of, like, potential synergies. Like, why would we even do this? Why would we even do this? I know, I got so excited. I was like, what are we doing? Oh my god! It's one of those times where you're like, holy shit, the card does say that! And you were hoping that somebody was about to do something sick with it. Choose any number of forwards. Divide 5,000 damage on them as you like. Damn. Alright, guys, what breaks all damaged forwards? Now that I've imagined it, I just want to do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. It looks like the results are rolling in for this one, of course. So let's pop over to table 4 and see where they landed. Okay, closing that. Table 4, there we go. Zooming in. Genesis. And looks like this game just wrapped up as well. So we're going to go ahead and punch the results in, and then you folks know what that means. It means we be switching the tables. Oh, we're not switching the tables, we're playing the next round, silly me. Just kidding. We're pairing the next round. Okay. Table 3, 7-3. JR over Brendan. Table 4, Brian 7-3 over Tabitha. Thank you. Save. Next round. Okay. Gotta set up a gamble. All right, but you're right, dude. We haven't done that in a long time. You know what? Haven't even thought about that in a while. We'll set one up, but you're playing. You're playing. Yeah, we'll set up a wager, a friendly wager. Let's see. Let's just get the round paired first. All right. Pairings are up for round 2. Oh, baby! Mr. Jacoby, what's going on? What is going on in here that I've got all these beautiful faces stopping by today? What are you all in the room together laughing it up? Just kidding. I know you guys are having a good trip this weekend. I hope you had fun playing Star Wars, brother. Looked like a good time. Looked like a good time. I saw Rice got the picture with the Culvers posted up, dude. Absolutely love it. It was a good time. It's so much warmer than Michigan. Yeah, it was always my favorite thing about going to like BlizzCon or any of those like late in the year conventions was flying from New Jersey in the winter to California at like the end of November. Yeah, always nice. All right, we've got round 2 is up, folks. Now it's a little bit of a choose your own adventure chat because all of our undefeated tables, I believe we've seen one of the 2 players already. So we've got Tyler versus Brian, where I don't know, we peeked Brian for like a second at the end of the last game. Actually, just kidding. I can look right now. Brian is playing a Final Fantasy, a Warrior of Light, 4-color Warrior of Light Final Fantasy 4 build, which will surprise nobody. Tyler is playing the Rampare deck, so they're playing against each other. Table 1. Table 2 is JR, who I think we just watched him playing the Sky Pirates. Is playing against Eureka. We don't know what Eureka's playing it tonight. And then table 3, Greg versus Logan. We don't know what Greg is playing it tonight either. So, but we've got a repeat no matter what, I think. So do we want to? We could tune into. Maybe we tune into table 2 to see what Eureka's up to, since both of these players are still undefeated. I know that we just watched a bit of Sky Pirates at the end of the last round there, but I think we're going to go to table 2 anyway. Let's see the Eureka sauce. Oh, look at that! I have 2 different chat boxes on the screen because I just fixed this one on the right so that it doesn't refresh. There we go, that's better. I just fixed one of them and then I left the other one up. How about that? How about that? Really, I just want you guys to have your comments read by the entire world. I want nobody to miss any of the wonderful, extremely important and clever things you guys have to say. All right, going into, we gotta get our fight on one of these little dudes. All right, table 2. Let's get live in the game. Meow. Let's zoom in. All right. And let's get the names on the screen since the game's on the screen. You know how we do it, folks. Table 1 on the left, we've got JR. And this looks like it might be, it's certainly water something. Maybe water ice, maybe mono water from Eureka up top. There are so many good decks that start with Sarah and what's her name? Sarah Lena. It actually looks like it's going to be water lightning. Cool, at least water lightning, but we're going to play the Reeve, which is usually an indicator of the high EX water lightning builds. I really do like the water lightning builds. I still feel like they're really strong. If anything, they They got some really scary pieces in the recent sets. But Lightning is still just such a good closer. I mean, the one thing about the Water Lightning deck was it was always really, really good at finishing a game. Finding a way to close the game out. Because of that Lightning, the way that she can replay from the discard pile and dulls a character, it just really makes an opening for you. And the high nature of the recursion of that card is just very cool. How consistent that deck is at ending the game. Alright, so on the Sky Pirate side of things, we're starting the way we like. We searched for Fran with Yoke. We have Fran out here. We are actually... Yeah, we're just going right for it. Eureka says, go for it. He jams out Pinello. He jams a Philo out. Wait, did we... Fran played Pinello for free? Jesus, that's not... I like how, yeah, that's baiting if I've ever seen it. Like, hey, do you have any response? Like, please, for the love of God, can you spend something on this? Because I'm only about to play a 1 CP card with this action, with this enter ability. Now, did we overpay for... No, did we... Okay, no, we had the Yo already. We went first and played Yo, okay. I was like, man, did we pay for that at the same time we searched it just to play the Pinello? But no, it wasn't quite that bad. It sure was not ideal, huh? That's not the kind of value you want off the Fran. Remember, Fran can play a character up to cost 4 for free. And we played a 1 cost card. Like, oh god, it just feels so bad. It's funny because then we played a 2 cost card later that turn, but like it probably would have felt even worse to overpay for a card after you played something for free with Fran. So, I don't know. It's no matter again, no matter how you slice it there, it's not something that you're going to be bragging about. Ooh, Witch of the Fens is here, and the Moth Slasher is online. So, of course, we love this combo, right? Witch of the Fens, when she enters, if you have a monster, draw a card. Then she puts a monster in the break zone to shrink a forward's power by 7,000, therefore killing most forwards with a power of 7,000 or less. And, of course, Moth Slasher goes into the deck and replaces himself when he gets put in the break zone. So you use the Witch, you put the Moth Slasher in the break zone, you kill their forward, and you go get another Moth Slasher and just put that bullet right back in the gun. That works 2 times after the first one. So you've got basically 3 for the price of 1 bullets here for the Witch of the Fens. Really powerful synergy. That is one of the core synergies driving this Water Lightning deck, even being a thing that makes sense at all. I mean, but it is absolutely a synergy powerful enough to build a deck around. Here comes Realm, speaking of powerful enough to build a deck around. She's going to go search the deck for a monster cost 1 and 2 and drop them into play. No doubt we're going to probably be going to get a Blue Worm. And whether we want to Riku another card or not, probably going to be a Marlboro, but maybe... Oh, we're actually going for a Blue Goo. So Blue Goo the... not Blue Goo, sorry, Piranha. Different weird fish. Piranha's going to shrink Fran by 2k. Then we can sack the Moth Slasher off to shoot her -7, go get another Moth Slasher, so that does take care of the Fran as well. The Piranha here is just doing that extra... He's doing a little bit of extra work where he can help Fran get a kill on a forward without having to go to the discard pile. Like, Marlboro also helps extend the Fran up there to kill those forwards, but the Marlboro is something you'd rather save for later. So I like that a lot. We went and we got the Piranha. Now also when we're at damage 3, Piranha will draw us a card on his way out the door too, which is really nice. So effectively by himself he can kill a 9, well, not by himself with Witch of the Fens as the only sacrifice. He can kill a 9k and replace himself by drawing a card, which is very, very strong if you do line that up. Obviously we're at no damage right now, so it's already plenty good to just come in as a 1 CP that will do a -7 later and help a different -7 right now finish the job. So JR is now in a really tough position because his opponent just set up so many things on the board last turn, and unfortunately, he just didn't have the ability to prevent it because the Pinello is easy to just get rid of with the first Witch activation there. We played Vieira. I don't think we need to just show him what card we took, right? Yeah, we definitely didn't, but it's good to know, I guess. Thanks for telling me you got both here. Wait, why did he shuffle his deck? Wait, what just happened? Wait, what did we just do? Hold on. Hold on, wait. But Eureka just didn't say anything. Plays Vieira. Looks at his deck, moves Balthier to the table, and then shuffles his deck? I assume that... Are these guys... Let me see if they're in voice chat. They are not in voice chat. Alright, I basically had to be like... I'll show you. He's like, I accidentally looked at the top two. I said, what just went on with that? He's like, I accidentally looked at the whole deck and said the top two. And Eureka's like, it's okay, I believe him. I'm like, that's fine, continue on. But just like, you gotta say something when you do something like that. Like, they're not in voice chat, and he didn't say anything at all. So, as far as Eureka knows, the man just played Vieira, searched his deck for Balthier, put it in his hand, and then shuffled his deck afterwards. Like, the thing shouldn't be changing the order of your deck. Also, for what it's worth, that you should know what's on the bottom of your deck. You know, that's both a benefit and a detriment, right? Because like, you know what's on the bottom of your deck, which is card knowledge of a hidden zone, which is always good. However, if you shouldn't be able to access that card without another search because it's at the bottom of your deck. Whereas that's, I mean, you know, this is a fun locals thing, but that's why like it's not just like a whoops. Like maybe you just at least say it so everything's above board. That's all. That's all. Thankfully, Eureka not worried about it. The emo giving the little LOL. Like, yeah, what? That's a hell dog. I wish Vieira did that. That'd be sick. Search for Final Fantasy 12 forward. Add it to your hand. Alright, Piranha is a forward on our turn, which is another thing I really like about this card. I actually used to be a pretty big advocate of this card, and I've had people ask me about it over the years. Why this one Piranha? Why not just play these other things? And I'm like, really, I do value the fact that it allows you to have forward pressure on your turn, which is something that Water doesn't always have a lot of. Because a lot of the monsters are things you don't want to turn sideways necessarily. Like a blue worm is only going to come in for damage 6 or 7. Now we've got the Titus coming in, one of the best things you can do in Water, of course. Titus Limit Break. He is also taking advantage of the Piranha being a forward. Really, the only thing I didn't like about Piranha was at the time I was also doing some Shinryu stuff, and he is a poor synergy with Shinryu. But he's very good synergy with Titus. Great synergy with Witch of the Fens. And helps Water just be more proactive in pushing their damage throughout the game. Response, he's saying target, and he says Pinello. Yes, Witch of the Fens is going to respond by using the Piranha to kill Balthier before he can pump himself. Then Pinello is going to enter the field. He says go for it, dog. There's Pinello. Well, I didn't say dog, he said go for it. I added a little flavor. We're going to Alexander now that the Pinello came in. Or sorry, we played the Balthier is really what it was. We're going to Alexander Titus for free. Yeah, I mean, I get it because Titus is a big, scary 5-drop and something that you know, you're gonna need to block. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, sure, Black Knight's gonna kill Boron, but also we can just attack through this thing and still win with 4 forwards, right? Like, it was very over. So GG is going to Water Lightning, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to kick it to another table. Switching tables. We're going to table 3. Alright. Oh, Cecil. Alright, so where are we at here? We've got Scions from Greg. Final Fantasy 14 Scions build. No doubt also has got our new guy. What's his name? It's not Galul, Jaja, I don't know, one of the Jaws or one of those dudes. He really comes in and just messes people up if you got a bunch of Final Fantasy 14 characters. Love that. So we're playing against, of course we saw this a little bit earlier, it's the Twins deck, but there's a Light Cecil in here that we didn't get to see earlier. Light Cecil here is choose a forward other than Cecil until the end of the turn. Cecil and the chosen forward lose power of any value less than his power, so basically brings himself to the brink of death but not quite, and then he removes the opposing forward. I do think it's a pretty cool ability. I like this card a lot. Oh, Joe Pep! Joe Pep throwing a prime my way? Thank you so much, brother. Welcome to stream. We're, you know, doing the Final Fantasy TCG thing here as we do. We actually do have a gamer in the list tonight playing a Final Fantasy 11 deck. Well, I mean, it's got a lot of other stuff going on, but it's got a lot of Final Fantasy 11 characters. I'll pull that one up for you when we get there. Although, look here, you'll recognize you'll recognize this card for sure. Look at him. There he is, dude. So you'll appreciate this flavor. They came out with a new type of card in the Final Fantasy TCG called a Limit Break card, which is why it says LB in the corner there. And of course, in the first set of Limit Break cards, they included Mott, which is a wonderful flavor win for people who know what Mott is in Final Fantasy 11. Quite literally, he gives you an item called the Limit Breaker, and he helps you break your level cap. And I'm working on getting that old man's damn hat, dude. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pluck it off his skull. halfway there. Well, more than halfway there, but halfway there technically on fights. Thank you so much, Mr. Pep. I'll tell you what, you do have access to all kinds of wonderful Final Fantasy related Twitch emotes now, so feel free to enjoy those throughout the Twitch universe. Alright, so Final Fantasy XIV Scion's deck is what Greg has been one of his pet decks kind of for many, many months, many seasons here at this point in the RV Returners Weekly, and he knows his way around this deck like the back of his hand. I've seen him get out of all kinds of out of bad situations. I wouldn't even say this is necessarily a bad one, because yes, he's got very few resources on the table. However, his opponent has 6 damage, and Greg has got this Alizé, which is going to, yeah, exactly. Here is Tonberry and Cactuar is going to trigger Alizé to dull a forward, so we're going to try to dull the Une. Tonberry and Cactuar is going to choose an active forward of 3 or less and break it, so he's going to break the Leo, trigger the Alizé to dull the Une, which is nice when a water forward enters your field. Choose a forward opponent controls and dull it. So we're going to dull the Une. He's actually going to get back Phoenix, which is really clever. So we're going to get back a 4 CP Fire Summon here that, if we do have the Fire card to cast, it will allow us to produce a 2 CP blocker from the discard pile. I just don't know if we're going to have that kind of yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have that kind of time. There he is. Boy, what are we doing here? We're removing a bunch of... Are we removing a bunch of lightning cards in order to cast an Odin for cheaper? Is that what we're doing? Yes. Alright, so we're removing 6 lightning cards to make this a 3 CP. We're going to choose to cast Odin to break the Mott, the last blocker. And then we are going to attack with the Alizé for the 7th point of damage. So Greg is getting there. Very nice. Alright, switching tables again, man. We're flying here, actually. Let me see what results we're waiting for still. Oh, it turns out table 1 and table 2 are the only tables that are done, so... Or table 3, rather. This is table 3 that we just watched. Oh, wait. Jared just lied to me. He wasn't at table 1. He said table 1, but he is reported incorrectly. He's at table 2. 7-0 over JR. Eureka's trolling me. Then we've got Greg typing in his result right now. So then let's go watch table 1. That's the one I'm going to pull up. Open that right now. Greg, 7-2 over Logan. Thank you, Greg. You got your table number correct. I'm literally going to emote react with this with the number 2, dude. Alright. I do my best. Look, you know what? You wouldn't think it's hard. You wouldn't think it's hard. But Muhammad lost 10 DKP last week. Logan with the drop. Logan, no problem. I hear that you were probably tired from beating all that ass at Star Wars. Yeah, rip his DKP, dude. Now he's not going to be able to get that piece of gear he really wants. It's a shame. You hate to see it. Alright, table 1. Let's pull that one up. Let's close this. Yes, I want to close that. Yes, I want to zoom in on this. Alright, here's the Final Fantasy XI deck if Joe Pep's still hanging around. Or any other Final Fantasy XI enjoyers. You can see we've got Gumba here. hanging out, the mysterious youth, living his best life in Bastok Mines. But the main draw here is the Rampare, so I'll talk about him here in just a second. Alright, so we've got Rampare. So, what's so special about Rampare? Well, of course, if you know Final Fantasy XI, you know that this guy is, the king. You know, he's got all kinds of cool story implications. He was the king, rather, I guess I should say. But what he does in this game, besides having king synergies, there are cards that like search for kings and interact with kings, is when he is put from the field to the break zone, you can play a Category 11 character, or a forward, sorry. You play a Final Fantasy 11 forward from your hand onto the field. Now, forwards are just the things that do all the attacking. They're basically like creatures in this game. So you're playing an effect that's really powerful, but it has a drawback of like blowing up one of your own things. And then you, instead of having the drawback, you actually just blow up your Rampare, and then he plays a Final Fantasy 11 guy. So you turn your drawback into like a crazy advantage because he also plays any Final Fantasy 11 dude without paying for them at all. So you can play things that cost a lot off of him for paying way less, but you have to set up like the combo. So there's all kinds of Final Fantasy 11 dudes that they play in this deck. One of them is the Shantoto that we saw a little earlier. Here's 9 cost Shantoto. Shadow Lord is one. There he is, right? We know this guy. The Shadow Lord. We got Gumba. Oh yeah, Theodore for all those Seekers players. August as well for those the Outland homies. We got a Prish here. Where'd Prish go? Prish. So a lot of Final Fantasy 11 characters in this deck. Drink up, he says. Did you redeem a thing and it didn't come through? Hold on, let me look. Yes, you did. Oh, it did come through. Hydrate, drink up. I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking right now. And Viridian hit me with the Prime Viridian. I didn't even see that. I didn't. Wait, why? Okay, hold on. I didn't see that you were VIP, but you're already VIP, Rice. I can't give you double VIP. Thank you, Viridian. I didn't mean to ignore that earlier. I totally missed it. I appreciate you, brother. There's no Twink bricks. I mean, there is a Goblin card. There's a Goblin Final Fantasy 11 card that's actually really, really good. But it's not specifically any named Goblin. It's a generic Goblin. When you play it, it lets you search your deck for another Goblin. So basically, they link. Let me find the art, dude. You're gonna love it. And oh, my brother, how am I driving? Thank you so much, King. Your driving looks great from here, dude. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. I have been with you when your driving has been tested, and I can say that you were not the person at fault. Oh, brother. Kind of want a burger now. All right, Jump Have. I'm not putting this on stream right now because it's just like work I don't feel like doing. However, I will send this to you in a DM, which is funny because I'm pretty sure that our DMs just look something like you being like, "Is this doing it for you?" and sending me a picture of you dual screening RuneScape and Final Fantasy 11, which is a hell of a flex. Oh, I also love that our chat history so far, it seems to just be like sharing these Final Fantasy cards too. There you go. Look at this Goblin, he's great. He's Final Fantasy 11 Goblin for sure, and he's running away from a worm that's gonna eat him alive. And he searches for other goblins. I appreciate you clearing that up for you. Yeah, you got it, brother, no problem. The Dadaluma flex, dude. The father. He's all of our dads. Alright. Oh, a little Yuffie action. I love her little song in the remix. I've got so much material. Got a couple curious YouTube viewers. Oh, we love that. We love that. What's my favorite wing flavor? My favorite wing flavor? That's tough. I see that you were asking me the question that I asked last week, so I appreciate that. But I don't know, man. It really varies. So far, recently, I've been on this, like, honey buffalo kick. It's kind of like a hot honey thing, but with, like, more of a buffalo lean. But I'm kind of a sucker for any, like, chili lime, lime zing, chili zing, spicy Asian zing, Asian spice, you know, chili lime citrus, like they just take all those words and slam them together. I'm down for any of those too. Hey, are we able to ask questions here? You absolutely are able to ask questions here, Mr. Rockman. Hopefully I've got the answer for you. It's a callback. Yeah, man, hey. I appreciate that too. I appreciate that too. Yeah, we do love the YouTube viewers, man. I'll tell you, it's been cool to multi-stream because I didn't want to give up the Twitch stuff we were doing. The Twitch used to be pretty strict about what you were and weren't allowed to multi-stream. And not that I think they're gonna come for us, dude, you know what I mean? But why give them a reason? But they loosened up on some of that stuff, so I figured why not? And we started doing the multi, and it's been awesome because we get to engage some more of you guys. And for some of you guys who are already watching on Twitch, it's just more convenient. So I get it, because I watch most stuff on YouTube myself. I love watching like streamers, but I don't even watch like their stream, you know what I mean? I watch like the curated, condensed, you know, the uploads. So I totally get it. I totally get it. Pony Snake, brother, there's another gamer. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. And there's another gamer who was almost certainly at the Star Wars event this weekend. It is cool, isn't it, dude? I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's multi-stream chat is baked right into Streamlabs OBS. So once again, I actually can't give myself any kind of clever or creative credit here at all. It just kind of works, you know? It just kind of works. It's the best kind of works. It's just kind. Alright, just started playing a few days ago, and I was told to get the World Champion deck because it has a lot of value. That is the best advice that anybody could have possibly given you. I also bought 4 Hidden Legends pre-release kits, since they were only $30 each, and got the FF13 custom deck. Wanted to know if those were good purchases, and what would be good stuff to upgrade those decks. Yes, so the Final Fantasy 13 custom starter is actually really sick. The Final Fantasy 13 custom starter is this star lightning dude is Garland. They probably used it to break his Rampair. Sorry, I'll hover over it so you can read it while I talk to the YouTube chatter. So the Final Fantasy 13 starter deck with a couple upgrades actually was played and did quite well at Worlds the year that it came out, and has gotten some more upgrades over time. Guys, what set is the Sarah from? Which recent set? What's the name of the set? I'm so bad at the actual names. I know the numbers. The one with Sarah on the art with the 26. I know the number. I need the name. It's a new player. They need the name. Because numbers help us, but they don't help the Gunslinger in the Abyss. Okay, so the recent set, it's called Gunslinger in the Abyss, Ryu. And it has a new Sarah and some other Final Fantasy 13 cards in it that are really good, and they upgrade that deck. So I think that you can look into some of the Final Fantasy 13 cards from that deck and see if there's any of them that you're interested in. But specifically, the lightning element card Serra from that set is very good upgrade to that starter deck. But the starter deck, the light lightning card is really, really good. That comes in that starter and is still a core part of that deck. So I think it's a good upgrade. It is Gunslinger, yes, thanks, Brett. You can't link, brother, sorry. Nobody can link. But if I will post it, because I just assume you're typing Materia Honor. So I'll put it up there for you. New player. But yeah, nobody can post links in my chat. It auto deletes them. It makes my life a lot easier. There you go. I'm sorry that I double posted that or whatever, but it automatically posts my thing to both chats. You can use this website, Ryu, to browse cards and to browse cards from different sets and see what set they're from, and then it even will like kind of tell you what the cost is on TCG Player and if you wanted to go get the singles. But this is really good resource for building decks, and what you can do is you can put in the deck that you have right now. Yeah, you can look at deck lists there. Yeah, you can look at deck lists there, and you can also build new decks using the software, or like using that program rather, right in the browser. And it's really easy to like build some different ideas, and then you can put it together, and then you can go get the cards once you know you want them. You know, it's really cool. Yeah, you can go check out. You can check out people who have. You could even search by decks that contain those cards, like the light lightning, and you can see what other people have done with the same cards and similar ideas. So highly recommend going there to take a look. And Oni Snake here is gonna. I'm sure you can read his chat in the box there on stream. I know he's typing in Twitch and you're over on YouTube, but he's giving you some great advice here as well, so please feel free to follow that. I've been trying to get a 1K tournament in the works. So far, response hasn't been as excited as I thought people would be. Oh, all the way out there, brother? I'm down. You say when and where, I'll hype it up, you know? Give me something to hype. We'll talk about it on stream. We'll try to get the people excited. Also, a great idea to find a local scene if you can. Yeah, if you're comfortable sharing with us the area that you're from, you don't have to get too specific. We can direct you to stores that we might know in the area that you may be able to find a local scene. We have connected a lot of players with locals, just because you know we're a really tight knit and a very kind community. So people are always excited to help each other find their locals and start playing. Yeah, there's a tournaments tab. You can check out different tournaments. Oh, you're from New Jersey! Hey, I'll tell you what. I used to be from up there in New Jersey. I moved a couple years ago. What I can tell you is in North Jersey, it's a little rough, but they've got a great scene in central southernish Jersey, which I know if you're a real New Jerseyan, you'll tell me that there is no central New Jersey, and I believe you. I agree. But the people that play at Greg's Games will argue with you. Greg's Games in Hamilton is the best recommendation I can give you for a store to play in New Jersey. But there is also a Facebook group, a specific Facebook group called Final Fantasy for NJPA New York, I think. So look up that Facebook group. That's a great place. You can get contact with Gabe. Gabe on the Draw Games. I don't think he's here in stream tonight, but he's great. He's a really good resource. Yeah, Hamilton. Yeah. Greg's Games in Hamilton is a great store, and they have some great people. Sometimes some of their guys come through here and play on the stream. Yeah, I can't recommend that store enough. I've been there myself to play in Final Fantasy tournaments when I was traveling, and it's a really great location. I think I might even still have some store credit up there at Greg's Games. And $30 for pre-release kits is an insane deal, because I'll tell you, those sleeves are like 20 bucks. You know, 10 to 20 bucks. Or just by themselves. Got friends who are around here there, so you can ask about it. Yeah. It's great, man. I think they play on the weekend. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, anyway, what do we got? 3 Kefkas on the table? We just showing him that we've got all these Kefkas, we weren't able to do them. I think he's trying to say, like, this is normally a Kefka deck. So, we paid no attention to this match, by the way. We were talking about, you, but I will say this to you also, Ryu, is if you look at the table, you can see, the Warrior of Light doing the heavy lifting here. King Tycoon, Lena, Tier Ocean, Toto, Warrior Light. These things should look pretty familiar. You got access to a lot of those really powerful cards by picking up that World Champion deck. I mean, really, both of those decks out of that box from the World Champion deck are still hyper competitive and playable to this day. You could show up. You could have bought the World Championship deck and gone to Worlds and played those same 2 decks exactly out of the box, and you could have had competitive lineup for Worlds again this year. So it's a really, really good product. I cannot recommend it enough. The Warrior of Light is so strong. That's why he is, by design, a build-around 4-color card, right? He warps the entire build of the deck, but when you play him, when you get him into play, if you find a way to get around his restriction, he absolutely is worth it, right? He's a crazy good card. You know, I think very much by design and very much on purpose, but you will find a conversation that you don't have to look too far to find people talking about maybe this guy getting escorted out of the meta the hard way by the design team. But, you know, I don't think there's anything that he's doing that's not intended. I think he is meant to be the top end of multicolor decks, and I think he's meant to be just really, really good. Well, I mean, see, you say that, Andrew, but the most popular builds of the deck have actually just been 4 colors, right? Like, yes, we've done things with him where we've cheated him in different ways. Yes, we've done things with him where we've put him into play off of all manner of different cards, like Leo, but I still think the most popular build and the most dominant build as far as tournament like standings and just performance is the 4-color, is the genuine 4-color version, right? Most people complain about Warrior of Lights, complain about Refia. I mean, yeah, also also a crazy card that that is doing what they wanted it to do, but it's meant to be like a huge top-end payoff, so of course it feels like a huge top-end payoff, right? And it's very annoying. It's annoying that those things can come down back-to-back. I mean, I agree with all of that, right? But I think that there can be things that are really good and really annoying that aren't problematic. Gilgamesh decks run him and don't even play him just because 4-color. I mean, yeah, they do. But they also are playing 3 of a card they can't play in their deck, you know, in order to pay for that S ability and to have the 4 colors. So, like, this is still a balanced thing that you're describing, right? I mean, it's a different axis that we're judging it on, right? But it's still... Yeah. I mean, it's still very good, right? Again, don't get me wrong. He is a pushed legend, right? He is the face of the franchise. He is meant to be a really crazy good mid-range payoff card, right? Yeah. And again, I think I totally am with you guys. And see, that's where I feel like sometimes you can't say that without people thinking that you don't think the card is really good. You know what I mean? Like, I still think he's really good. I'm not trying to take anything away from him at all. I just don't think he's doing anything they didn't know that he could do or expect him to do, you know? Anyway, this game's been over, and we've been sitting here talking to chat. So, let's go ahead and pair the next round. How about that? How about let's pair the next round? I think in general, people will find that much like any other, like I'm gonna say much like a political position, the people typically have a lean when it comes to bans. Like, people are either more bullish or bearish on banning things, and you will find that I'm very, very conservative when it comes to bans and stuff. But part of that is just like the environments that I guess I'll use the word raised here, but you know what I mean. The environment I was raised in when I was learning how to play competitive card games, I think it was really oppressive, right? It was like a 2-deck format for a whole year in the game that I learned how to play games in. So my context for this stuff is different, because I'm like, damn, at least it wasn't a 2-deck format, you know. Heading out, Emo Tevis, see you later, brother. See you later. Alright, pairing, or rather results. Brian got a 7-4 at table 1. That Warrior Light deck looking a little freaky. Table 4, Connor 7-2 over Tabitha. And then table 5, we had June 7-6 over Brendan. And then, of course, we've got a drop. So somebody's actually played their last game already and doesn't even know about it, because Logan has left. And Snugs we trust when it comes to bans. Oh, dude, I mean, I don't know about all that. I'm not trying to say I've got the only correct opinion, or that I should be steering the ship or anything like that. I just, I've been forged in the fires, dude. So this stuff doesn't bother me at all. Let's talk about the 2008 competitive Pokemon format. You want to talk about a bad time. You want to talk about cards that should be banned. Let's talk about Gardevoir. And even then, I didn't think that that card needed to be banned. We worked around it successfully, but it took a long time. It took a long time. Hey, Connor. Hey, come on. Look, we're a little bit full of ourselves, but we're not that full of ourselves. We know our place. Also, you know, we deal with a lot of, like, I deal with those conversations for work, and it puts a little bit of a different framing on it too. And even there, you know, among the people who do this stuff for a living, we have these same debates, right? Where there are people who are more, oh, if it's causing any problem at all, let's just get rid of it. And then people who are like, well, you know, we got to draw a line in the sand somewhere, type of thing. Anyway, we're not here to talk about how the sausage gets made. We're here to post round 3 pairings. Pairings are going up right now, folks. This jam is awesome. Is it Spotify? Nah, dog. I just go on YouTube and I type in Final Fantasy Jazz and I click the videos that look good. Sorry, it's not that exciting. They got one that's got Tifa sitting on like it's like looking up at the stars kind of thing, and I was like, sick, and we clicked that one. It's that easy. We've been doing it for 5-6 years or something. What variants of monster decks are there, and what do they focus on doing, with the core being Realm and the Witch? So we actually just watched one earlier. I don't know if you were in here when we got a chance to see it. If you were not, rewind a bit and you can check out the Water Lightning match that we watched earlier. But there's a pretty good chance that we're going to be seeing that. We're going to be seeing that shortly here. Anyway, actually, we might be just watching that this round. Let me look at the pairings. Let me look at the standings, rather. I mean, we have 3 undefeated players right now. So we have Greg playing against Tyler at table 1, and if Tyler wins that one, then there is no tiebreaker round. So table 2, the software is doing that weird thing where it puts the undefeateds at table 2 because it thinks there's a 4th round. So table 2 is where the undefeated players are. We got Brian and Jared are both undefeated, and then Greg is still undefeated, but he's paired down. So we're going to go to table 2. We're going to watch Jared versus Brian. And Ryu, we're going to watch the monster deck right now, okay? We're going to see a Water Lightning monster deck, one of the most popular versions of it. And we'll show you what they're up to. This is a whole tourney. That's right. Every Wednesday, I run a free tournament. We do 3 or 4 rounds of Final Fantasy action. We stream it here on the channel every Wednesday night. So please feel free to come by any week and join us. We've been doing it since 2019, every Wednesday night. 7 o'clock Eastern. Tournaments are totally free. You can hang out with us in the Discord. Actually, I don't think the YouTube has a link to the Discord, so I'll drop one in the old, I'll drop one in chat here. Let me do it. Let's see, no limit. Don't expire ever. Generate a new link. Copy. Alright, here you go. I'm dropping this in the chat for you. If you were interested in playing, or asking people questions, you could even post. We have a deck list channel on there. You can get deck lists from people you could ask. I mean, a lot of the chatter for Final Fantasy TCG is done in other Discords, and this one's mostly events focused, but we still got a lot of helpful people in there that'd be happy to chat the game with you, and can definitely help you on your way. So feel free to join. And if you ever want to participate in the tournaments, we post registration every Wednesday, and it's totally free. So come on by. Anyway, let's go live to table 1, or table 2 technically. Nice, just joined. Excellent. I'm happy to have you. We're happy to have you. We're gonna see Eureka versus Brian at table 2. All right. Let's get names up on the screen and the games up on the screen. Oh man, damn it. Sorry, YouTube guys. I appreciate the sub, Adam Balaz. I've got to get the the default zombie on the YouTube side of things changed. So I will sing the fanfare for you because you've earned it. You're supposed to get that when you sub, but instead you got the other thing. All right. So we've got Eureka here, and we've got on the right, this is Brian. Oh, this is One Winged Angel, dude. All right. Maybe a fitting song for our potentially finals match here. Yo, Eureka is playing, probably mono win. He's actually on Water Lightning Monsters this week, and I'll tell you what, it looks like he did not get the best start, so he's just slamming out the realm. Maybe just lacking backups at all, looks like. Yeah, Kukulane, Marlboro, Gao. So, I mean, Realm is good enough, right? We're just going to start with Realm. We are going to go get the full refund play here. We're getting Blue Worm and Apollo because he's fishing for something, for any backup to play. And it looks like he did hit Lena, but the funny thing is it looks like he drew 2 Lenas. So he pitched a Lena to play a Lena, but he did finally get a backup set. So it isn't the ideal thing, but, you know, it's not the worst. I mean, oh, we actually had Lena, and we maybe just went for it anyway, because we had Lena, Drace, so at least one of these had to be in our opening hand. So yeah, I mean, maybe we just wanted to get all this out before he started doing things, because it is a Warrior of Light deck, and it can get out of hand really fast once the 4 colors are set up. So I'd be interested to hear what Eureka had to say about that opening turn, or what his hand looked like pre these 2 draws, right? But we did, maybe he just didn't want to Drace as the opener, and he had both of these in hand, and was considering holding off on this until, you know, you don't want to pitch a Moth Slasher for Drace as the opening if you can get around it. By drawing more cards, he could maybe get around it, and I think he did. Right, he hit the Lena, he was able to play the Moth Slasher to set up. So this Moth Slasher Ryu has a really, really cool synergy with Witch of the Fens. This is one of the main reasons that people would try Lightning as one of the pairings, right? So Realm and Witch of the Fens, obviously really powerful synergies by removing monsters. But Moth Slasher, when Witch of the Fens puts Moth Slasher in the break zone to shoot something for 7,000, it also makes the Moth Slasher's ability trigger. So you get to do its second ability here, where when he's put from the field to the break zone, you search your deck for a Moth Slasher of cost 2, and you play it on the field. So when the first one gets used it's like a bullet, right? You fire the bullet, and he just reloads the gun 2 times before you're out of bullets. So right now, Witch of the Fens is down. the Moss Slasher is down. With this board that Eureka has, even though he only has one backup, he can actually remove pretty much any forward played by Brian until Brian deals with this problem. Like, Brian basically just cannot stick any forwards. Eureka has on the table the ability to kill like 3 or 4 things. So we do have to deal with the Witch of the Fence first, and then we can work on the rest of the threats. Now, it's a 4-color Warrior of Light deck at its heart, so it does want its 4 colors set up, and building a Shantoto off of 3 backups right now doesn't do anything for you. Tiro's already down, so I don't know that we have like a super efficient just setup turn here, so we might either be taking an inefficient setup turn, or we might actually be trying to step to answer some of these threats. We are going to play Cecil here. This is what makes this deck a little different than the standard Warrior of Light deck, is we have this angle, the Final Fantasy IV stuff. So we're going to play Cecil for Water and Earth. We're going to take a point of damage, as is his the price here for paying that discount. Then we have the ability to put the Cecil in the break zone whenever we want, to trade him for a Paladin Cecil, and I think we're going to get the light one almost certainly that we saw him using earlier from the most recent set. I do think it's a really cool card, the light Cecil, that it gives players the ability to do some cool repeatable removal with him. And the power loss is a very potent form of removal that's difficult for people to prevent. So I really like that card a lot. Sorry, I just missed, I saw that I missed your question earlier, Andrew. We are not still doing Coffee and Bullshit right now, but I might pick that back up when the competitive season comes back. We're kind of taking a little bit of a chill pill right now on stuff in general, because we're in the off season. I do really like Coffee and Bullshit though. Be happy to bring it back. It is nice to start your Sunday morning with a cup of coffee and some bullshit, you know? Just playing wacky Final Fantasy XI decks. You know what? I should be, I should ask Irving to do that with me, because Irving is retired now. And he loves playing weird, crazy decks. He's probably got all kinds of bullshit. How do you know when the competitive season happens, and how does it work? Hey, Rio, that's a great question. So, most of the official communication for the Final Fantasy TCG is done by Facebook, is done on Facebook. They post, they make big posts to the official Facebook page. However, on the Square Enix website, they also do have news for the Final Fantasy TCG. It has a whole section on the website. They have news there where they post about like products that are coming out, and they also will post when the competitive season is starting. They will announce the format for the year. They will announce where the tournaments are going to be and that kind of stuff. Right now, we're in the off season, but we do have a big event coming up in 2 weeks. It's the big off season event called the Winter Cup. It's the official off season event. That's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2 weeks. So I'll be traveling there. A lot of people will be traveling there. It's a team tournament on day 1, and day 2 is a singles tournament. It's going to be a big tournament weekend for FFTCG in the off season. Then there may be some other, more local events that happen as we get ready for the season to start. Season starts in April and runs through the regional events, and the local qualifiers run all the way through till August. And then in September we have nationals, or October sometimes, kind of like late September, early October. All right, looking back here, we've got a party attack of Witch and Realm coming through. So We're basically trying to force the Cecil issue. We're trying to force the Cecil issue here on our terms because we just want him to do it. It's this loaded thing that he can do at any time, and we just want him to do it. So we're threatening it here. It's either going to be free damage, which honestly he might let it through, but he is going to choose to block with the Cecil, and he's actually just going to... It looks like we're just going to try to go to block. So we are going to use Tenebrous Blast. We are going to use the Cecil S ability after block is declared to try to shoot the Witch of the Fens for 8,000 damage. So now we can respond by trying to attack the Cecil with these cards. But I think this is actually... This Tenebrous Blast is pretty great here from Eureka. So... Or sorry, from Brian. Eureka's now got to deal with, okay, if I cash in these things... He's sitting here thinking about it right now. He's got to use 2 monsters to kill Cecil, and if he does that, he uses one, and then the Cecil's just going to go to switch out anyway. So if he actually wants to try to kill it, he's going to have to use all the monsters, which doesn't make any sense, right? So he's like, okay, I guess, do I just let this go? Like, no, he's going to use at least 1 monster, and here's why. Because Cecil has declared the block, right? So by using this Mont Slasher now, the Mont Slasher comes back, the Cecil goes down to 2, he will die to the realm, so he doesn't just get to block this whole attack for free. So it does force him to go swap the Cecil out because you're actually threatening removal on it with only 1 card. So that's exactly what we're going to do. He does the Mont Slasher, decides he doesn't want to commit another monster to it, we'll let the combat go through, and then we actually do let... oh no, he puts it in the break, so I was going to say we let that happen. No. He does pop Cecil for Cecil's ability. Just didn't see him declare it there on the screen. Now he is going to sack the Cecil's ability, which is what Eureka was trying to force him to do, right? Now Light Cecil comes out. He switches into the Paladin form. So the Light Cecil, of course, has the action ability where he can basically choose any forward of 8,000 power or less, and he can kill it once a turn by shrinking itself and him. It is basically Cecil chooses a forward, he shrinks its power, and then he shrinks himself the same amount. So it has to be, obviously, less than his power. It says it on the card. Now, he does have this other ability where you can discard a light card to give Cecil plus 10,000 power till the end of the turn. I just don't think you're probably doing that often, if ever, in this deck. Maybe sometimes you'll use Tiro or, like, Mott or something to pump Cecil up to deal with a threat. But I think oftentimes you're just happy to use him to remove things that are 8k or less. So the Cecil did come in, and then Palom is going to be played here. So we did swap into Cecil on Eureka's turn. So here on Brian's turn, pretty quiet turn. He is going to, attack with Cecil, Witch is the damage, which feels a little shitty for Eureka. It's 2 witches out. Not that there's no recursion, but it doesn't feel great. Yeah. Goes to get the 3rd Mont Slasher. This is actually a cute little combo too, right? Because Palom only does 2,000 damage to something, but Cecil can shrink it by most of the way, and then Palom can finish it off. It's kind of like setting a unit up for a kill in Fire Emblem, dude. We got to get Palom trained up. We got to get him some EXP. We got to feed him. So Cecil's going to go soften him up, and then Palom's going to come in there with that 2 damage and get the kill. It makes Palom more effective that somebody like Cecil can combo with him, and then it does actually help Cecil get that little bit of reach for the few people that he can't kill by himself. If you can tell that I've been playing Path of Radiance recently. Anyway, here we've got the 3 monsters are still in play, so I think this trade, it was always going to be beneficial for the guy who can sack the Cecil and play another Cecil that removes a forward. But I think Eureka, knowing that his opponent was going to do this thing and get this value, he forced it in a really good way. He got to keep plenty of his resources, just lost the Witch and the Realm. 2 cards he's really happy to replay. The Witch to damage, again, it did hurt, but I think he's in an okay spot here. Now, things could get rough if the very next turn Brian just drops his full setup. But, oh yeah, and the Melusine here, yeah, I think gaining control of the Cecil till the end of the turn is trying to force him. Basically, he won't be able to use his action ability, because Cecil can actually only use his action ability during during the opponent's turn. Oh, that's so funny. Did he just killed his own Cecil? Why? I mean, sure. Maybe he did have the... Oh, no, not the Cloud song. Not the Cloud song. Not the Cloud song. Nope, next. I'm sorry, we're not doing the Cloud song. I can't do it. Not this one. We listened to this one already. Not the end of this one. Go to the beginning of this one. No, maybe not the beginning of this one. Go to the Balam Garden. Oh, there we go. Okay, the vibes are immaculate. We're back. We're back. We're back. Alright, Melusine. So we went to grab the Cecil and he goes, no, and he just decides to shrink himself, shoot himself, sure. The Cecil's gone. We don't get the Melusine and the Cecil. Oh, I mean, we did have the, I'm like, why shoot it? I guess so he can't play Graph and then sack it and kill the Palom, sure, right? We actually play another Cecil here, so we play Earth Cecil. Again, we actually paid the full cost for him to not take that damage. We didn't have a whole lot else going on that turn. We did the full, like, you know, tap 3, pitch a card, play Cecil. Now, the deck is just filled to the gills with Cecils, but we don't have an efficient Tenebrous Blast here, so I think this is just us playing this guy, making him deal with this 9k body, and then we're going to convert it into the Paladin on our terms. The cool thing about this is that the Cecil, the light Cecil, does its ability only on your opponent's turn, and that you can effectively play him on the opponent's turn and then use that ability right away because of the way that this Cecil works. So I do really like that synergy, and I like the new light Cecil. I think that he is, I think he's a really cool card. I'm also just a total sucker for power loss, dude. I love power loss. This guy hates power. He hates power. He loves losing it. We are going to play a Realm. I mean, and Brian says it's good. So the field will fill up with even more of these little monsters. Even more little monstars. Might be going to get a Piranha or maybe just a Maul. A Malboro is a pretty good thing to get against this particular lineup here. We're going to get a Malboro and a Black Knight. Yeah, so the Black Knight is a really efficient way to get rid of a big legend like Palom. It punishes him big time for being a 2-cost. You choose a forward monster that costs 2 or less the opponent controls, and, well, you just break it. So we are actually going to go and, maybe we're going to go get Blue Cecil here. Very interesting, very cool play from Brian, the king of Cecils. So he is going to sack the Earth Cecil to go get the Water Cecil. When the Water Cecil enters the field, he generates a crystal, and then you can spend a crystal to choose a category 4 forward, and it cannot be chosen by your opponent's ability. So we actually are going to protect Palom by using that ability on him, and then the Black Knight will not be able to kill him, which is very cool. It's a neat little trick. Neat little trick. Yeah, so I mean, this is usually how this looks, right? So now Lightning enters the field. She's gonna choose a forward to dull it. We're gonna dull the Cecil, and we might actually just be, we might be coming in for the friggin' kills. I mean, we're coming in with a 7k, the Palom 7k too. We're like, I double dog dare you to block me. No block? Okay, here comes Lightning, 7k. I double dog dare you to block me. You know, and I think it's just gonna, it's gonna look a lot like this. I dare you to block me. I dare you to block me, you know. So yeah, and then things are looking a little bit rough. I mean, how do you reset this, right? I'll tell you, it's Neo X Death or Shantotto Limit Break. Unfortunately, we've already spent Limit Break and flipped the Shantotto, which is the green light for the Monsters player that they can go as wide as they want. Does Neo X Death exist in this deck? I don't know, but I'm gonna say probably not. We are animating Blue Worm, and we are coming in. We are just going for... We're just going for it, man, because we're either going to win the game or we're definitely going to kill Palom, right? You know what I mean? Like, if we attack with this and he blocks it, then we attack with the next Blue Worm and we use the Marlboro. We put him at 6. I mean, yeah, he's going to block it. I mean, you have to, man. You realize that you're going to just lose if you don't block one of them. So, yeah, you block this one. The other Blue Worm is going to attack. Now we're going to activate. We're going to sack the Marlboro. So it's going to drop these guys by 3,000 power and remove all their abilities till the end of the turn. So that's going to be the end for Palom here. Before now, Palom is going to shoot the Blue Worm for 2k, but it doesn't matter. Blue Worm will come in for the 6 point of damage. Oh, we're using Luminous Blast. We got Tenebrous Blast and now Luminous Blast. He's going to 5,000 power. He's going to shoot the Blue Worm, and now we are actually not going to take that damage. We were making sure to do that Tenebrous Blast before the Marlboro resolved. Okay, now get rid of that crystal you're not supposed to have. Eureka's already calling that out for him. Like, hey, none of this, none of that. Yeah, things. So we did survive that turn. I mean, and it was looking dire docks, but we did pull it out with the weird Cecil interaction there. But I still think I don't know. I don't see our way through. I see surviving. I don't see winning. Right? Without a full reset, it's gonna be tough. We've got the lightning. We've got the Melusine Maw Slasher. The fact that the Dark Knight can just snap himself off to just break it forward, no questions asked. Currently no crystals, so Cecil doesn't have that protection either. And in response to any crystal getting generated, we could just use Dark Knight to kill the Cecil. Like, things are looking really bad for Jared. Or rather, sorry, not for Jared. They're looking great for Jared. They're looking really bad for Brian. Poor B ran. Alright, so what are we doing? Oh, we've got that. That's right, the Final Fantasy IV Limit Break, dude, the Leonora. Very cool. So we're going to play Leonora. When she enters the field, choose a 4 forward in the break zone added to the hand. We're going to be adding Ceodore back to hand. This is very interesting. Just to give our guys the plus. We did get the crystal when Cecil entered, and we didn't have the CP yet to snap him off with Black Knight, so... Just to Leonora generate the crystal and pass? I mean, to keep the Tiro up and the ability to protect with a crystal, but there's just no way. There's just no way. Leonora's got 2k power. It's a Marlboro away. It's a stiff breeze away from dead. We got full limit break over here. Like there's like 18 ways Eureka wins this, right? mean, that's just tough. It's just tough. I'm trying to think what Brian could have in hand. He got back Theodore. So it's not even like he got back like a red card to threaten the other card being... I guess he has Tiro up. I was going to say he didn't even get like the Porum. Like he could overpay for it, I guess. But then he didn't play it anyway. He could have played. He could have gotten back Porum or something and played it and then gotten another Crystal. Maybe he's trying to hold like a summon and like maybe he has a Kukulane that he got the Theodore to pay for. And then maybe he wants to hold the Tiro for the buff. Yuga is thinking this one through. Plays the Avocado, draws an extra card. I mean, so he gets +1, can't be chosen by abilities. He does 9k. Becomes a 11k. I mean, there's no first strike or anything there, though, right? Like, I'm just puzzling it out. Maybe he played the Avocado with the water card to try to get another purple card to hand so that he had enough. He had the right colors to use the Knight ability as well. We're gonna attack with Moth Slasher. We're gonna block with Cecil. That's fine. He's gonna take it. Talking to Gabe right now. I love it, dude. Yeah, Gabe is definitely the guy to help you get set up. So I'm glad you found him already, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, Gabe is a great resource for that area. Longtime friend of the channel. Great, good friend of mine, dude. Love Gabe. Make sure you tell him I sent you and tell him I say hi, and then he's a fucking beauty. You don't have to say that last part. All right, lightning's coming in. And, I mean, this is going to be... Just chump this one, right? I guess maybe you take your last point of damage. It's a Thornton! It's a Thornton. We searched a deck for a prayer, dude. I don't really know. What do we have? What do we have that's going to, like... Do we have a mech for Leonora to get inside of? Like, what are we even going to do here, man? I'm gonna say the last part for sure. Look, man, he'll love it. So just beware. Just know what you're signing yourself up for if you say that last part to him. Playing the Materia, man, I mean, that's, well, we just get a crystal, we get an extra card. I mean, like, I can't believe this is still, I can't believe we're still here. I mean, I guess the Realm could have gotten just checked by the Leonora plus Tiro. So, yeah, I mean, he did survive another turn. Like I said, I could see him surviving, I just can't see him winning. Alright, so... Oh, dude, the Yuna's down now. It says that she's now only 2k. Yeah, so he's gonna make sure that she's down to only 2k. The Yuna seems relevant. Yeah, I mean, hell, it's actually kind of wild that this deck also plays Yuna and he's got the light Cecil. Dude, this man, I'll tell you, he makes it work. He's fitting 20 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag over here. Does Materia make all the colors? No. So Materia, when she enters, she just gives you a crystal. And then you can pay 1 and a crystal and tap her to look at the top cards and just add some like action among them. But I haven't seen him do that so much as I have seen him use the old 2 tap gain a crystal. But yeah, so 1 CP, gains a crystal. He technically also lets you play Yuna and Cecil together on the field, which I don't know how often he's ever done that, but I have seen him play this one over time. It's just like, it's a cheap backup to develop, so CP is always good. Plus, he gets that crystal, and then he can make more crystals later, and the crystals really do a lot for the Cecil and those angles of the deck, so. But no, she is not rainbow. Nor does she taste the rainbow. Well, Yuno is here today and gone today. Cloud comes in and just slashes his sword at her, and well, I mean, that sure does the trick, doesn't it? Then we're gonna end our turn. Can we see hand sizes? Oh, check it out, dude. You sure can. Let me scoot this up for you. There you go. Sorry about that. He's saying Piranha won the game, minus 2k is broken text. Yeah, I mean, Piranha's good. I've always liked Piranha. Whee. Ooh, I did not mute in time, and I sneezed right into the microphone for you guys. Sorry about that. Alright. You guys hear me taka 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 answering questions on the other screen. Leviathan and Claris. So we're gonna pick the Levy, of course, off the Luna Freya, and I mean, man, this guy is absolutely stretching this out like taffy-like into the longest endgame that I think we've seen with Water Lightning. I mean, this is a deck that normally, we were just talking about it earlier, it's so good at closing the games out. It's so good at closing the game out. And, I mean, Eureka is like my kingdom for this fucking Witch of the Fens, dude. He wants the third Witch. He then he can just punch his way through all these blockers. It's like, it's kind of silly that Water Lightning is having to, is getting walled by a 2k chump blocker with a Tiro Pump, you know what I mean? But it's just enough stuff that, I mean, Brian is playing it really smart, and he's just barely getting away with it here. Yeah, and that's exactly it, Tyler. That's such a good way to put it, right? He goes, one burst breaks the paper curtain. It really is. It's like we're hiding behind the most paper-thin little thing, but he technically can't see us. Right, but that's all over now, dude. Yeah, that'll do it, Greg says, as we see the Witch of the Fens that he's been looking for finally hit the table. And she is going to slowly dismantle the blockers here until she has her way. Let's see what happened. What happened? Greg is here chatting with us, so I assume he's here looking for who his opponent will be. But let me take a look at the results. Yes, it looks like Greg got it over Tyler. Clean sweep. Table 4, June took it over Tabitha. Okay. Ready to get whooped by Eureka again? I mean, but I'll tell you what, dude, it's kind of like, it's like you're playing Mortal Kombat and you're working your way up the tower, right? But you know Shang Tsung's at the end. It's gonna be a tough fight, but like that's the whole point, is getting up to the end and fighting the fucking tough guy at the top. Like that's why we're playing the game. I'm spending all my coins. All right, I will open a bet for the tiebreaker. Just so that Tyler can he can lose 100% of his coins. Do I want to do this just so Tyler can lose all of his gil? The greatest redistribution of wealth of all time. I don't know, we've had a lot of redistributions of wealth over the years on the stream, but we haven't done predictions for a while. I don't know if I feel comfortable making a prediction for only this finals. Alright, they reported here, so it's going to be Eureka versus... I mean, these guys might already be on their way to... They might already have their room up. I haven't even looked. I just post that for them. I've gone all in every time he does it. Haven't won once. Today's the day. I don't know if that's true. Alright. Switching tables. Let's get ooh! Folks, well, it looks like we're waiting for the game for a minute here. Let's see that the room is up. We'll wait for Eureka to jump in there. Oh, Mr. Signify, Mr. Resistor. Oh, I love spikes. I love tornado. Come on, table. Come on, finals. Sorry, I just see. It looks like it's still waiting for somebody to join, so we're hanging out. Someone told me you were calling my deck Wall. Maybe they were talking about how we were talking about how it's playing Wall, and I literally called it Final Fantasy IV Warrior Light when I referred to it. But we were definitely talking about how it contained the cards from the thing, because we were talking about there's a new player, Ryu, on the YouTube side of things, and the new player was asking us about the World Champion deck, and they were asking about if that was like a good purchase, because people told them it was a good idea to buy that. And I was like, yeah, because look, here's somebody who's playing the 4-color Warrior Light right now, and look, here they're playing these backups that are also in that deck that you bought, which is true, brother. Look, I mean, look, let's put it this way. Imagine being so hurt that somebody would compare your deck to Warrior Light when you've got like more than 50% of the same exact fucking backup line. You're literally playing Warrior Light, brother. I get that you've got a bunch of Final Fantasy IV characters in there. I know you're not playing Refia and all that other stuff, you know. I get that you're playing Final Fantasy IV deck, right? But you got a Final Fantasy IV Warrior Light deck right there, dude. We were talking about the Warrior Light, yes. We were not talking about the other kids. I like that somebody felt like that was newsworthy enough to send you a DM about. My Octagon crashed. Alright, brother. They're fixing the stuff up over here. Dude, the World Championship deck is such an insane buy. One of the things I was saying to the chatter was that they could buy the World Champion deck, and they could have literally just, if you were qualified for Worlds, I'm not saying that it is the two decks that I would recommend you take, but technically you could have just registered the out-of-the-box World Championship deck for the World Championship, and you could have two pretty real decks. Could have had a pretty good chance of doing just fine. And maybe that's not true, but you would have had relatively competitive decks. I don't think you would win 0 games. Putting a new room up. Okay, they got the new room up. Okay, it's up. I'm joining. You guys don't need to watch me farm these ants all day. Alright, we're gonna go take a knee over here. Alright, live in game. Let's go. Boom. They've just gotten ready for us. We're here right in time. Alright. Looks like players are keeping. Let's get the hands up. There you go. Greg is on the left and Eureka's on the right, and we are ready to go. And I'm not putting up this bet for you, Tyler. I won't let you do it. Feed my addiction. 1-800-GAMBLER, there you go. 2024 Winter Cup, you had the backup before it became Wall 4. Oh, you mean you had that deck, you were going to play that deck, but then you switched it to more Warrior Light 4, yeah. I mean, look, brother, let's put it this way. We'll stop referring to the deck as a Warrior Light deck when you stop playing 4 colors just because that card exists. Don't be out here acting like you'd have a 4-color backup line just because of the merits of the Final Fantasy IV Rainbow. You let me know why King Tycoon is in the deck, and I'll stop calling it a Warrior Light deck, bro. I got a friend going through their bulk to find Final Fantasy 13 cards? Hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you, you can get some good upgrades for that deck, and you're in a pretty good position. That Final Fantasy 13 deck, so there is a player that comes to our locals. This player comes to our locals like once every few months. She plays the Final Fantasy 13 deck, and all she does over time is upgrade it with new Final Fantasy 13 cards. She's only been playing this deck. Brother, she'll smoke you, dude. Because the deck just gets there. It's a fast, like, it's just like, does she really practice? I don't think so. I think he just shows up and plays, like, just knows that deck, has been playing only that deck. So when she does play, like, that's the deck she learns how to play. And then just, it's the kind of deck that has a very similar game plan every time, almost regardless of what your opponent is doing in a lot of situations. So it's a great deck to learn on because you're just like kind of following your own little flowchart, and then it works out real well because you're like, oh, I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing, so that's why it's working. And then when it feels like it's not working, you can look at it and be like, oh, I'm not doing the thing. Like, it's pretty straightforward, and it's easier to ascertain when, like, what the right choices are in a lot of situations, which can be really difficult in a game that has so many choices you can make all the time. That is one of the hardest things about this game is everything is constantly weighing, like, a cost-benefit analysis of, like, should I discard this card or hold this card for later so I can play it? So there's either water lightning or fire lightning. Which do you think is better? For monster stuff, I think water lightning is better. Fire water is also really good. But for the Final Fantasy 13 deck, I think fire lightning is better. I just know that we've been talking about both Final Fantasy 13 and monsters, so I wasn't sure which one you were asking about just there. But there's a lot of ways to play it. Didn't know we had a Shane too. Oh yeah, he just does Dragoons, right, man? I love that. Oh, we got Schultz, dude. I love Schultz making an appearance. Final Fantasy 11 heads will maybe recognize the military advisor himself. He's basically like a detective. He's got his invitation to join Smash Brothers in his hand right there, dude. You've been seeing him in the next Super Smash game. Yeah, Fire Lightning typically because the nature of the deck ends up being like a really aggressive deck. The deck ends up being really aggressive because the reason Fire and Lightning work really well for it is you want as many guys with kind of like, you want a lot of haste, and you want because you want people that can all just come in and attack so that you can take as much advantage of lightning as you can without giving your opponent a lot of chances to like remove your guys before you can do it. Because the lightning, and I'm so sorry, it's not my fault they named the character Lightning and that there's an element Lightning. And that saying things like lightning just sounds so confusing and annoying. But it's just the world we live in. The light element lightning card that is the core of the lightning, or the Final Fantasy 13 starter. That card's text, if you don't know exactly how it works, it does trigger every effect on it when the Final Fantasy 13 characters attack. Like, when the second character attacks, you get the first and second effect. When the third character attacks, you get the first, second, and third effect. And if a fourth character attacks, you get all three effects again. So, since her second effect on the attacks is if 2 or more Final Fantasy 13 characters of attack draw a card, You get to a point where like your second attack, your third attack, and everything for the turn are all drawing you cards. So it's like an aggro deck, but you're still refilling your hand and keeping a lot of pressure. It's really good, really good. And then the fact that she does double damage on like the third attack, you do a lot of damage out of nowhere. This water lightning, I fucking hate it so much. This water lightning is completely different. Has nothing to do with the light lightning and that Final Fantasy 13 deck. But this water lightning is really good in the water lightning deck because she comes in from the discard pile, moves the blocker out of the way, and draws a card for her trouble. Wow, that's so sick. Yeah, it's a really, really good card. The lightning is very powerful. It kind of gets a little out of hand. So the best way to play that deck is you hold cards in your hand, you kind of set up, and then you want to play like 2 or 3 guys that can attack all at the same time, and then you take a lot of advantage of lightning's ability all at once. It's played in monsters. Yeah, water lightning is played in monsters as like a finisher. The water lightning. It's so annoying. Lightning. Yeah, you can kill this lightning and play it again multiple times, which is kind of gross. Cute little thing it can do there. Boy, man, I'll tell you, running into 2 Odins, technically 3 Odins, running into 3 Odins in EX is really rough. It's tough. Yeah, he has Eureka types, powerful. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's exactly it, Ryu. Yeah. Yeah, so you're kind of covered there on your styles. And good game, man. Greg taking it, taking the 7th damage, rather. Eureka taking it this week with the. Normally, Greg is playing Water Lightning too. He was such a Water Lightning gamer. My brain flipped it for a second, dude. Eureka taking it with Water Lightning this week, and yeah, Eureka targeting the triple Odin EX burst and saying, I'm pretty talented. Yeah, you gotta be one of the best to flip them like that, man. I'll tell you what, this is a great game from both these players, great finals. Congratulations to Greg for taking it this week. Goddamn, I did it again. Now that I've done it once, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Congratulations to Eureka for taking it this week with Water Lightning Monster, showing that this deck is still just as good as ever, and encouraging our new player in chat that they have made a great decision in buying their World Championship deck, because with a couple just upgrades, you can have an awesome Water Lightning Monsters build based on that exact list. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week. As always, we will be back with a new one next Wednesday, same usual time, 7 o'clock. You know the drill. We will see you then. Thank you, everybody, for playing this week, and we will see you next time. Bye.